The world is a strange planet, made of strange people, strange places, and strange events. These are the lists that expose the truth about the strangest things that happen here, on Earth, the strangest planet in the world. These are Miklists. The unidentified flying/aerial object/phenomena research community has long held the belief that no matter what the alien aircraft in our skies turn out to be, there are certain means by which one may improve their chances of instigating a sighting. Depending on whom one asks, these means can vary wildly, but many include a certain level of open-mindedness, the thinking of pure thoughts, a willingness to misunderstand, financial donations to the Joel Osteen Foundation for a bigger mansion, letters to a local congressman, misuse of the Randonautica app, and, of course, various odors. 5 alleged UFO UAP encounters involving Axe body spray. Number 5. Baguette Sighting. Brian Gibberts, October 17th, 1984. Bourges, France. Unbeknown to most modern devotees, Axe body spray was launched by the Unilever company in the country of France in 1983. Barely a year later, Brian Gibberts, a 24-year-old nuclear technician on vacation from Hoboken, New Jersey, stood motionless outside a Bourges bakery as he watched 3 bright lights in a delta formation move toward him from the direction of Dijon. Scared for his life, Brian dropped the extremely French bread he had been snacking on and ran, screaming, into the Parisian countryside. For years, Brian would have his suspicions, but would never be able to prove conclusively that his tour of the Unilever factory earlier in the day had encouraged the first-kind close encounter that had cost him his baguette. It would not be the last time that Axe body spray would be called into question by the UFO UAP witness community. Number 4. Walmart witness. Dashawn Wallace, June 12, 2004, Charleston, South Carolina. Mountain Dew flavored sparkling water beverage. Limited edition Swedish endangered fish candies. Doritos Kickin' Sour Lemon Corn Chips, Axe brand body spray, touch scent. These were the essential items a Mr. Dashawn Wallace purchased for himself in the self-checkout aisle of a crowded Walmart convenience store on the 12th of June, 2004, in his hometown of Charleston. Upon returning to his 1982 Renault Fuego to load the groceries into his trunk, Mr. Wallace noted that a small group of pedestrians had gathered near the far end of the parking lot and were staring into the sky, pointing. Approaching the group with caution, Wallace was delighted to see the small woodpecker that had garnered so much of their interest swooping through the sky with what appeared to be careless joy. During his drive home that evening, Wallace would claim to see in the sky a strange, inverted saucer-type disc, attracted to the scent of his touch, that would change his life forever. Number 3. Phoenix Lights. Fife? Symington, March 19th, 1997. Phoenix, Arizona. According to both of the Wikipedias, the Phoenix Lights, sometimes called the Lights over Phoenix, were a series of widely sighted unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, observed in the skies over the U.S. states of Arizona, Nevada, and the Mexican state of Sonora on March 13, 1997. At the time, it was not known that UFOs were also UAPs. Between 7:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, the second worst time zone, thousands of people reported witnessing lights of varying descriptions in the skies above the Nevada line through Phoenix to the edge of Tucson. 2 distinct events were involved in the incident, say the Wikipedias. A triangular formation of lights seen to pass over the state, and a series of stationary lights seen in the Phoenix area. The United States Air Force identified the second group of lights as flares dropped by a 10 Warthog aircraft that were on training exercises at the Barry-Goldwater Range in southwest Arizona. Witnesses claim to have observed a huge carpenter-squared-shaped UFO containing 5 spherical lights, or possibly light-emitting engines. Why any witness would describe anything as carpenter square-shaped is only part of the mystery. The governor of Arizona at the time, a man named Fife Symington for some reason, later described the object as being otherworldly. According to recent theory, it may have been Governor Symington's proclivity for the spray of Axe body, an advertisement for which he had discovered in a French-language edition of Alabama's own Goat Fancy magazine that not only led to, but caused the thousands of sightings that March night in Arizona. Is it possible that Governor Symington's imported scent attracted alien beings to the southwestern states of the United Ones? Yes, that is possible. Number 2. Make Me Diane, Ethan Talbot, January 8th, 1991, Schenectady, New York. I wish you would stop using that body spray, were Beck Talbot's last words to her husband Ethan as he stormed from their trailer's carport in early 1991. Ethan felt that his wife was being overbearing, something he had already warned her made him angry, and honestly did not care if raccoons had begun to congregate near their trash cans, since his friend Marcel Levigne had sent him the case of Alaska-scented Axe body spray that he'd watched conveniently fall from the back of a garbage truck in Paris. Axe would not launch in the United States for another 11 years, and Ethan was suddenly considering a significant investment in US distribution. "Why don't you make me, Diane?" Ethan replied angrily, using his wife's maiden name, as he shifted into reverse and backed swiftly away. She would never get the chance to make him. Ethan's crushed and crumpled Plymouth Caravelle was discovered 3 days later at the bottom of one of Schenectady's famous sandstone cliffs, several exploded cans of Axe body spray amongst the wreckage. A dead male dressed in Ethan's clothing was found deceased behind the wheel, but it was too smooshed up for a positive identification, and DNA-type genetic material is rendered useless in the presence of most Unilever products. Ethan himself, however, was never seen or heard from again. Could the odd lights spotted in the sky above the area on the evening of January 8th be related to the mysterious disappearance and subsequent Alaska-scented car theft of Ethan Talbot? Marcel Levigne believes so. Number 1. What was that? Tad Munkes, July 4th, 2002, Tacoma, Washington. Professor Tad Munkes, tenured evolutionary biologist at the illustrious Oregon State University, just outside of beautiful Tangent, Oregon, took a long overdue vacation in the early summer of 2002 to visit his estranged biological best friend in the city of Tacoma, Washington. Having recently survived the Y2K fiasco, and having worked for years with individuals directly out of high school in an effort to better their adult lives, Professor Munkes was no stranger to strong hallucinogenic substances, which he frequently brought along with him to lectures, but rarely shared. It was for this reason that Professor Munkes did not shy away when offered party favors at a raucous event celebrating Phil Mickelson's Masters tournament win, which he attended on the 1st of July with his friend and professional colleague Nadja Nipson. These party favors included a sample-sized bottle of Axe body spray's new Apollo scent, a baked good that contained a large dose of psychedelic fungi, a little over 3 internationally recognized servings of non-name brand drain cleaner, 46 cc's of Mangifera indica, and a large rubberized bouncing ball. The bouncing ball was not initially intended for consumption. Upon waking on Nipson's couch 3 days later on the evening of the 4th, covered for some reason in what appeared to be multiple cans of the Axe spray, Professor Munkes immediately heard what he described as a large explosion, followed by a dozen or so smaller blasts. "What was that?" he asked Nipson, who was outside watching unrelated 4th of July festivities. "What day is this?" Through the open window, Professor Munkes was terrified to see streaks of variously colored lights soaring through the night air. He soon passed out again, waking in anxious confusion the following Saturday afternoon. Professor Munkes would never find a satisfying answer as to what had caused the explosions and lights in the sky over the city of Tacoma, Washington, the night of July 4th, 2002.